we do is we make a dough and we make an envelope, we fold it and we put the fat all together inside. So we will go through this process in further the whole video. Now in this video, the only non-vegetarian thing what we can say is that we only put a egg wash on top of the veg puff in the end. Okay, so for the veg course, what you can do is you have to just put milk wash on top of it. Okay, that's the only difference. Otherwise, inside in the dough, there is nowhere that we are putting any egg inside it. Okay, even the vegetable filling what we are going to put in the puff, even that is a full veg puff, full veg filling. So that is one thing. Now, for example, if you want to make a chicken filling, you will have to make a different chicken filling. The only thing what you will have to remember is that you will have whatever you're putting inside has to be cooked and then put inside in the filling over here. So the mix can be anything. Now in the chicken filling you can put mixed herbs, you can put chili flakes, you can mix anything, or you can put sausages. So or you can make a corn and onion also, or you can what today we are making is potato, onions and carrots, all this mix of that. So you can do different types of filling according to your liking. So let's look at it.
Ingredients used for the puff dough are refined flour, salt, lime, cold water, and lily margarine. We are going to start over here with the refined flour. Make a well like how we always make the dough. We're going to put salt inside it, lime half number, and cold water, and start mixing this, and you're going to make a nice dough out of this. Now we are putting cold water here because we want to maintain the temperature of the dough. That's the only reason why we're putting cold water over here. If you notice that this dough doesn't have any yeast inside it, normally all the doughs what we have made till date has yeast inside it, because this dough specifically doesn't have any yeast inside it. The layers your lamination is basically your raising agent. Okay, so the layers of your dough fat what we're going to make, dough fat, that is called as lamination. That is going to be your raising agent over here. So just keep on mixing over here. Now here I have also added half number of lime. If you don't have lime on you, you can also use vinegar over here. Vinegar is a very commonly used ingredient, mostly for bigger portions, like if I'm making like 10 kilo cakes or kg 10 kilo of dough, then in that case I will use a vinegar instead of a lime. That's convenient to use, no other reason. But you can always use lime also. So it depends on you. There is no difference in the quality of the product. Both the products are going to be equally good. So it's just that whatever is available according to that. Now while making the dough, I'm not going to put, as usual, I'm not putting all the water together. I'm putting water slowly inside it, and I am continuously kneading it. Okay, making a nice and soft dough. Kneading is a very important part. This is something which we always forget, so make sure you keep on kneading it properly. Make sure no lumps are there inside it, and knead it. Once the dough is made, what you can after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very small amount of your margarine. The margarine what I'm using over here is your lily margarine. The normal margarine is what I will not suggest you to use inside it. Now the margarine, make sure you nicely soften it up, because it's slightly hard in texture in comparison to your normal margarines. Okay, soften it up and then you put that inside in the dough. Make the use of your scraper to make sure that everything is scraped out properly, and you knead it inside it properly. Keep kneading it. Make sure all the margarine is nicely incorporated inside it. Okay, there are lots of companies of margarine which are available in market, but Lily is what we prefer. Round it up and you rest it. Now at least for an half an hour you rest it. Make sure you cover it with a damp duster. Okay, and rest it. Now the ingredients used for the vegetable filling are boiled potatoes around 2 to 3 numbers, chopped onions around 1 number, green chilies 3 to 4 numbers, grated carrot, kitchen king masala, and salt. Now first I am going to start with an oil. Any vegetable filling whatever we are making, you have to start with the oil. Okay, let the oil heat up a little bit and then we'll move ahead with that. Now once the oil is nicely heat up, I will put onions inside it. Okay, start sauteing it a little bit. Once this nicely sauteed, I will put my chopped onions inside it. But just make sure before all this I will saute the onions, the green chilies properly. They're nicely chopped over here. Now again over here I have put green chilies. You can also put red masala. So here after that I'm going to put onions inside it. I'm going to saute them nicely and make sure this raw flavor of the onion which is normally there inside in the products, that I am going to remove. So I'm going to cook it till it is golden brown in color, because this is something which we have to be very worried of. See, if you can see, after cooking for a pretty longer time it has started oozing out a little water. I'm going to put a little salt over here. Okay, so that it's easier for the onion to cook. Keep sauteing it. Make sure that it doesn't stick to the base and I am cooking it properly. Sometimes what happens that if you keep the onions raw, it has peculiar smell to the vegetable comes, okay, later. So that's the reason I'm going to make sure that I am going to saute the and make it a slightly golden brown in color. See, this is how it looks, once they are properly golden brown in color, nicely cooked. Now here I am using a vegetable filling, so there is no hard and fast rule that you have to put only this ingredients inside it. You can put whatever ingredients you want to put. You can also choose to put peas inside it or corn inside it. Okay, if you want to make a chicken filling you can do that also. Okay, the next ingredients is carrots. Over here I have grated the carrots so it's easier for me to cook. Make sure I mix it properly and cook it properly over here. Again, everything that I'm going to put inside here or in the filling, basically in the puff filling, that is going to be cooked properly, because once it goes inside the puff there is no chance that it will get cooked. Okay, so just make sure whatever you're putting inside it has to be cooked properly. Once it is nicely cooked, after this I'm going to put masala. Here I'm putting kitchen king masala. Again, you have a choice. You don't want to put kitchen king, you can put pav bhaji masala. If you don't want to put that, you can put your normal masalas and garam masala, so your choice. Then the boiled potatoes and mix it properly. Now on the other hand, I have kept my filling for cooling down. Till that time, other hand, what I'm going to do is this margarine which I had, it, as I told you, it has a less water content. That's the reason it's slightly hard in texture. So I am going to soften it up and going to make a square block out of it. Okay, so it's easier for me to roll out. Dust a table with the refined flour. Okay, soft, and each corner, 4 corners, I am going to elongate it. 4 corners over here. Take the square block of your margarine and I'm going to place it over here. Then like a envelope I am going to fold it. So first, then this side, then this side, and this one I finish it with. Seal it properly. Okay, again dust it, and then I'm going to roll it. Now I'm patting it so that I'm evenly distributing the fat over here properly, and then again the same way I'm going to roll it. Now when this first time when I'm trying to roll it, is going to be slightly difficult because the margarine is not evenly distributed here. So it's very important that you roll it properly while rolling, so that the margarine gets properly distributed. And then you just fold this. You fold it like a book fold. This is called as a book fold. Looks like a book, and like this. Again I am going to roll it the same way like I have rolled this. Again pat it, loosen it up, and then roll it again. Make sure it's a proper book fold over here. I'm making sure I am rolling it inward to outward. Okay, stretch the sides, again fold it and book fold. After every fold it is normally suggested to rest it, but because we are doing it in the class it becomes very difficult for us to rest. So what we do is after every two folds we rest it normally. So now I've kept in after two folds I have rested it. I rested it in the fridge, okay, for a better rolling. If you see the fat here has set a little bit, okay, I have to soften up this again. So almost like for half an hour I have rested it. Okay, there are normally when we used to work in hotel we used to rest it for more hours, like 4 5 hours or overnight. Okay, at least after the last final rolling we used to rest it for overnight. The same way I'm going to roll it again, the book fold, corners over here properly. Again fold it nicely. Be careful, do not use too much of flour over here because it is just going to make your pastry very dry. So be careful while rolling. This obviously needs a lot of practice. This is not going to come in one go. We're going to, whenever we are doing this folding, what are we doing is we are creating layers, and this is how you get the layers. Okay, now today we are going to make only a vegetable puff over here, but you can also make palmiers, turnovers, then those cream puffs, normal khari biscuits, what's available, very commonly available in market. All these are made out of this same dough, the same method. Okay, here again I am going to book fold this. Now if you see while rolling also I am very particular of rolling it into an exact rectangle. Okay, because it is easier for you get the even layers over here. Again I am putting it in the dam duster and I am going to rest it. Now I have rested it enough for half an hour, more than half an hour. Roll this, and this is my final rolling over here. Okay, be careful while rolling. Make sure you're rolling it inward to outward. Every corner, one thing what we always do is we always roll only in between and we always forget the sides. So because of which what happens is the sides become thick and this between part becomes very thin. Make sure evenly rolling everywhere, making sure that you're rolling it properly. Inward to outward. That is a basic rolling technique what we follow in bakery. Now here, as we just saw that we just made a vegetable filling over here. If you want to, you can also put non-vegetarian filling. So you decide whatever fillings you want to put inside it, but always make sure one thing, that whatever you are putting inside it has to be, cooked. It cannot go raw, because there are very as in it will not get cooked once you put it inside in the pastry. So just make sure that you are, cooking the filling. Roll this like this. Okay, I'm going to remove 11 portions. Now if you want to make a khari, just cut squares of this and put it for baking. That is how you will get khari. Okay, now every nook and corner, if any corner you have not getting, you can stretch it with your hands also. Do not stretch too much, otherwise it will tear. I'm going to cut this into 12 portion. Okay, so like this 6 portion, and then a middle part over here. Whatever little extra what I can see, I'm just removing, because I want the puff to look like a exact square. That's the reason I'm removing it. Stretch it in the corners properly, make sure it is they all even in size. Whatever vegetable filling I had made, I'm just going to portion it out over here. Do not take too much of vegetable filling also, because otherwise it will just come out of it. Okay, just portion it out, and do not make it too liquidy also, semi liquid or something. It has to be dry, again very very important, because otherwise it will make your pastry very soft. We don't want the pastry to become soft, so make sure that filling is dry also. Then I'm going to seal the edges over here. Okay, with a brush I'm going to seal. You can also apply egg wash here, but you can also apply water. You have to just seal the edges over here. Press this part. The sides, if you see, I'm not pressing it at all, only this part I'm pressing like this with the fingers. Okay, sides, because of the layers, automatically they will get touched to each other. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that part. Just make sure you seal this, because otherwise it will open up. On the tray, I'm not going to grease it with the fat. I'm just going to sprinkle water on the tray. Okay, and I'm going to place it over here like this. See, I'm not sealing on the sides. And just apply egg wash. Okay, don't, make sure the egg wash is not dripping on the sides, otherwise a nice omelette will be created, a very thin one will be created on the sides, and it will stick also. So just make sure a very thin layer of your egg white is there. Egg wash is there. If this is for the vegetarian people, what you can do is just put a milk wash on top of it. Okay, so that is the only thing what you change over here. Now bake it at 200 degrees Celsius, and then you keep it at 180 degrees Celsius for drying.